Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Monday morning trading room. Just a moment here. Come on, screen share. Let's get that going on. All right. Well, I hope everyone had an enjoyable weekend. The market pretty sideways on Friday. Here, one second. I'll grab my daily chart. So this was Friday's session. The market kind of putting on the brakes, which we halfways expected, as we're probably going to see the market develop into a bit of a sideways trading range at this point. And it looks as though we may be entering into another pullback. Maybe? Hard to say for sure. But the very small doji sideways kind of day we saw Friday is usually a prelude to that kind of stuff. All right, let's put that away. Overall, though you can see that the market is still fairly bullish, so we'll probably keep overall a bit of a bullish bent. The overnight fairly quiet, as you can see. We're kind of retracing the same sorts of numbers. The market fairly content to hover around the 77.80 zone, topping out around 7,800, just above these overnight highs. A bit of a soft start for a Monday morning. Mondays used to be really wild before overnight trading became a thing. I wouldn't say we're quite in the summer slump just yet, but getting pretty close. Okay, we're getting some early signals here. Your first in-sync eagle signal printed. Well, actually, I guess I printed a couple minutes earlier. So the eagle's looking a tad bearish. We do have a second push opportunity here on the the raptor, to do the same thing. Get in on this number 3 signal. So I'm using this bar here as my second push opportunity. Just looking for some early momentum here if the market's going to try to challenge the bottom end. And we've got, well, we did have a bearish Bollinger Sweep. Draw a little trend line here to hold the market down. Oh, okay. Well, we're getting a number 2 signal. I did not want or expect that. What's my trade forecaster saying? Oh, it says we're supposed to be in trend mode for the better part of the morning. Okay, well, maybe they're just settling in. I'll try not to panic just yet. Okay, so what I'm looking for is a couple of bear bars couple of bars forming lower. That'll give me a chance to roll my stops up a little bit, perhaps back here to the hard edge. Come on, you guys. All right, well, I'll roll my stops anyways. There we go. Got the second bear bar. Like I said, things pretty neutral at this point, so it's a little bit, oh, not looking promising, no, and I did get tagged out. All right. So let's make sure we close out all our orders, and I'll put that away. Okay, so much for the early momentum idea. Oh, don't tell me. They're back to the hard edge. They took a bounce. Don't tell me they tagged me just early enough to reverse and head lower again. I really hate that. Well, looks like we're going to try something here to the upside. We're breaching, if you want to throw another trend line on here, you can see we're challenging the top end. The eagle obviously still bearish. The hawk, oh, well, we're going to not quite get a first micro macro cross signal. It printed back here. We do have a trend change in the falcon that's printed. Okay, we might get ourselves an early number one signal here in the Raptor. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here on the Raptor. We've got the warning dot. We don't have the signal just yet, obviously. Now this won't print as a number one signal because the clouds are not fully crossed yet, but we do have all the elements of a number one signal. Namely, the clouds are almost fully crossed. We're witnessing a little bit of a pullback at this stage, and if the market continues higher, it will print another signal because we do have the warning dot. Ooh, spoke too soon. Yep, spoke too soon. So long as they're sideways like this, it's going to be difficult. We've got a pretty well-established sideways trading range. Even if you ignore the overnight and just take into account what's happened since the open, that's our trading range as well. See how they just keep testing either end? Eventually what they're going to do is we're going to see a little bit of a breakout here. And once we have the breakout, it's going to be a little bit easier to determine direction, because when they break out, one side is going to commit. They're going to dip their toe in the water, or they're going to try to break it out in a big way, while the other side's going to push back, of course. But so long as they're stuck like this, it's going to be tough. All right, well, we'll just wait a few minutes more. Okay, there's the break. Let's see if we get a pushback. You can do this on any of the tools, but I'm going to do it here on the Eagle. Ideally, what I'd like to see now is I'd like to see at least 2 bars form against. So I'd like to see 2 rally bars. Okay, well, that's a decent bearish break. The sellers are committing. Okay, so now we're going to see a retest of this breakout. Okay, there's bar 1. See if I get bar 2. There's bar 2. Okay, so now that we've seen the breakout, we're witnessing a retest. I have a zone where I can place my order to sell. I can see where the sellers have committed to shorting, and I can see where the buyers have committed to buying. Now we're witnessing a retest. If I get a couple of bearish bars lower, I can do the exact same thing on the buy side. And at that point, we'll have the market in a little bit of a bind. Oh yes, I'm here. I'm here. There's nothing going on right now. We're watching a little bit of a retest here on the Eagle. But we just keep bouncing back and forth. All right, so we're back to the retest. We'll see if the buyers knock them down. Well, we're not seeing much in the way of a pushback, are we? A little bit of a rally. Are we going to get a... Oh, we don't have a number one signal. Oh, we did have a nice little late filter entry signal here in the Falcon. All right, well, this is going to be an early number one signal here on the Raptor. I'm just going to anticipate now where that signal is going to print. There we go. It's a little bit tricky because the stops have got to be fairly far back. Okay, let's see if we can get anything now to the upside. We're still right in the middle of this broader trading range, right? So anything we attempt, you need to remember, is going to be high risk. And at this point, given that when I tried to short the market, it bounced off of the high probability target, I think I'll just look to take profit here if I can get it. Okay, I'll get ready here at break even. See if we can get the market up there about halfway, 3/4 of the ways to the profit target. Come on, you guys. Oh, we're making a little progress. There we go. There's 2 points. All right. You know what? The market's so sluggish. I'm going to take the trade to break even. Hope for the best. We did hit the halfway point to the profit target. Normally, I wait until we're about 75, 80% of the way there. Okay, well, if you didn't roll your stops before, now you have a good reason to, and come on, don't you dare flinch. Well, you can still protect a scalp profit if you want. You can roll your stops up below that bar right there, I guess. Oh, there we go. Whew, that was close. Well, that worked out a little bit better, even though we're a little sluggish. If we were closer to the weekend, I would say it's the weekend, but right now, there's no excuse really. Well, almost got myself back to scratch. So that's 3 trades. And so I've met my 3 trade quota for the day, but I'm still in the red, or essentially at even. So at this point, I would be looking to take one more trade. If I can find one more trade today, something to get me profitable, then that would be it. My trading day would be done. This is the way that you avoid blowing up your trading account. Well, we do have a number one signal here. We could look at doing a second push on, but really, so long as the market is stuck in this trading range, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. Wow, isn't trading exciting? I don't know if they're waiting on I'm just going to check the reports calendar here. I don't know if they're waiting on a report this week. Nothing going on today. Well, consumer confidence tomorrow. Is there an FOMC this week? No, there shouldn't be, and no, there is not. Well, there's the G20 meetings on Thursday. I wonder. I wonder if that's what's putting the the wrinkle in the market here this morning. We're just kind of stuck. You know, we'll give them a few more minutes here, but if they don't shape up pretty quick, I think we may just close up early. This is very unusual for a Monday. Mondays tend to be active. I wouldn't really call this, well, I suppose you could call this a retest, that this is a test and now a retest of the top end. It didn't really break out, right? Like normally we would look for that kind of scenario where it breaks out, and now it's retesting and we're looking for the rally. But it's essentially the same thing on a different scale. If you're really bored and you don't mind throwing a couple $100 away if it doesn't work out, well, there you go. There's a trade for you. And I think I would be inclined to go with a swing target just because things are so slow. Now, one thing to note, when the trade forecaster says the market is in trend mode, most times that means this kind of thing. You know, boom, just big move, market going gangbusters, but not always. Trend mode means the pullbacks are less pronounced and the follow through does tend to be greater. So you can certainly see during this trend mode here, the pullbacks were minimal. Yeah, Ray says he's going to ditch here soon. I think, you know, we'll give it here to the bottom of the hour, see if something shakes loose, but otherwise, we'll just come back tomorrow. It's a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. I bet I can get a decent tea time. Okay, so there's bar one. Here comes bar two. Once I get bar two, I'll throw my just in case order to sell down here. But until then, and if they break down here, well, then that's just more evidence that the market really is uncommitted. And there they go. All right. All right, boys and girls, let's do that. Let's just call it a day. There's not too much going on. While I have you, though, a little bit of a reminder, we do take the first week of July off. Of course, in the States, you're going to have your Independence Day celebrations. That whole week kind of throws the market for a loop. So it looks like that combined with the G20 meetings, it's not going to really be worth hanging out. All right, well, let's try this again tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye for now.